Ed here with another lesson from my mentor. I'm in Scottsdale at Pinnacle Peak. So just finishing up my morning ritual, if you will. And I had dinner last night actually with one of my primary mentors in life, actually two of them. It was my dad and Kevin Roberts, who I think will do an episode with him before I leave the area. And it's on imposter syndrome. And I know there's a lot of different philosophies. The first thing is to just be okay with the fact that you have those insecurities. We all do for a wide variety of things. I've gotten pretty decent at speaking. Every once in a while, I'm like, I have a little bit of self-doubt. And I think the best thing to do is admit it. I've seen philosophies about fake it till you make it type thing. I guess you got to go with whatever works for you. But a mentor told me just acknowledge it, like it's real. So acknowledge it and then use that, leverage that as a strength, an opportunity. Like, all right, what do I need to regain that level of confidence in whatever it might be, speaking or your job, whatever it might be. And the second thing, and this takes a little bit more vulnerability and transparency, it's just, it's okay to admit it to other people. I know some people would take that as a sign of weakness and a opportunity to pounce. So that's a reality. So I'm not going to discount that. I've always been of the mind to just go with it anyways. And I just have told people like, wow, this is really hard for me and I'm going to need some help. And I think it gives a lot of respect for you when you do something like that. When I've had direct reports or others that are working on a project tell me something like that, I'm okay with it. I'm glad to know. And then I know, hey, how else can I help this person be successful? And then just imagine when they are successful and the confidence that it builds in them and helps you and your team and could help you in the future. So I think that's the best way is just acknowledge it and just admit it. And I remember telling, and I did some hard ones because these were potentially career job ending ones where I just went up to my manager. I did this twice, two different managers, two different health systems. And I was like, man, I got to tell you, I think you hired the wrong person. Now, I'm not suggesting you're that brash, but I remember telling one of my leaders, it was Mike Gogola, CIO at HCA at the time. And I was like, I think you hired the wrong guy. I, I just can't do this. It was super technical, and I was just getting into health IT. And he said, no, you're the perfect person. You're exactly what we wanted. Think about what that did for my self-esteem and knowing I had that level of support. Now, had I hidden it and just struggled in my job, he would have been wondering, what the heck is this guy struggling? I did make a bad hire. But I think by admitting it, it did a couple things. It took a big burden off of me. It gave him some clues on how to help me and it made me better. And I went on and did some cool things and still am. So don't fake it till you make it. I think that's wrong. Just acknowledge it. Be honest with yourself and then be honest with whoever you're working with. And I'll say this. If you don't think you can be honest with that person you're working with because you have this fear, like, yeah, they could, fire you, whatever, you don't want to work there anyways. So just admit it. We're all broken vessels, man. None of us have it together. I mean, I meet all sorts of people. I meet CEOs. I meet government officials. No one has it together, right? So we have to just admit it, be transparent, and help one another. Help one another do our very best, and we'll get it.